AAOIFI Shariah Standard, as you see here, this is the AAOIFI Shariah Standard number 25, combination of contract. So here, this is the contents of this Sharia standard, and this is the preface, okay, and this is the scope of the standard. And let's start from the concept of combination of the contract. That what is the concept of the combination of the contract? So here, from the 2 by 1, okay. The combination of contract is a process that takes place between two parties or more and entails the simultaneous conclusion of more than one contract. Hence, combination of contracts makes take any of the following forms. So here, in the first of all, in this part, actually, AAOIFI Sharia Standard is telling about the possible cases that can be possible, that can be considered as combination of contracts. Case 1, it says that number 1, this is the case of combination of the contract. First possible case is that combining more than one contracts without imposing any of them as a condition in the other and without prior agreement to do so. Uh, Here it says that more than one contracts without imposing any of them as a condition. I sold my commodity to you. They did it. The After that, the buyer offered. He said that, oh, I liked your that commodity. Would you like to sell me? If they executed another sale contract, then we say that these contracts are combined together, and they are combined accidentally, and there was no prior agreement that they will execute the second contract. So it is just fortunately they have executed, suddenly they have executed two contracts together. So it is combination of two contracts. So this is the one situation that is the possible. यानी एक आदमी ने कहा भी मैं आपकी चीज ये खरीदी, उसने उसको पैसे पकड़ा दिए, वहीं पे खड़े खड़े खरीदार को उसकी दूसरी कोई चीज पसंद आ गई, खरीदार ने कहा ये मैंने आपसे खरीदी और उसने वो बेच दी। तो इस तरह खड़े खड़े दो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हो गए एक ही सेशन में। तो कहते हैं कि हम कहते हैं कहेंगे ये दोनों कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, ये पहली पॉसिबल सिचुएशन है। लेकिन ये दो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट का जमा होना, एक पहली सेल फिर दूसरी सेल का जमा होना, इसमें दोनों के पहले से कोई रजामंदी नहीं थी, दोनों की पहले से कोई नीयत नहीं थी। मुवाता मुवाता मीन दी प्रियोर एग्रीमेंट, उनकी इंटेंशन में होता, इसको कहते हैं तवातो, मतलब है उनकी पहले से रजामंदी होना, दोनों के जहन में ये ख्याल पनप रहा हो। ऐसी बात भी नहीं थी कि हम दूसरा कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करेंगे। When this is the situation that they have combined together in same session, but there was not prior agreement, that was not intended, there was no intention to combine two contracts in this session. This is the first possible case. Then case number 2, combining more than one contract while imposing some of them as conditions on the other without prior agreement to do so. Though there was not a prior agreement that they will make one condition, one contract a condition upon the second condition, but this case too, still it is not combination of contract, though it is combination, but it is attached with ishtaratul aqd fil aqd, because here is stipulating one contract with other contract, conditioning one contract with another contract. I sold you my commodity on the condition you sold me your commodity to me. Here there is a connection, combining more than one contracts while imposing some of them as a conditions. So this second case is known as ishtarat aqd fi aqd. It is not permissible in Sharia. The third case is combining more than one contract subject to prior agreement, that they were intending that they will combine the contracts but without imposing any of them as a condition in the others, but they did not uh, uh, mention those more than one contracts as a condition to each other. For example, in same session, they were intended that they will conclude ijara contract, sale contract, and partnership contract. In the same session, the guy said that one party, I sold your commodity He said that, okay, I sold it to you. He paid the price and he got the subject matter. After that, he said that, okay, I have a house and I want to rent it out. The guy said that, okay, give me your house on rent. Then they signed the ijara contract and he gave his home on the rent. After later that, he said that I am running my business. Would you like to participate as a partner? He said that yes, I want to purchase your share. Then he paid him the capital as an investor, and he started partnership. So this case is that they were prior agreement that they will enter in these three contracts, but here each contract is separate contract, no contract is conditioned with the other contract. This is the case 3, यानी वो लोग आपस में आके बैठे, पार्टीज ने कहा कि यार मैंने आपको अपनी चीज बेची, उसने कहा ठीक है जी मैंने आपसे खरीदी, ये एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट सेल का हो गया। वहीं बैठे बैठे ख्याल आया यार मैं घर ढूंढ रहा हूँ किराए के लिए, तुम्हारा घर मौजूद है तो तुम मुझे अपना घर दे दो। ये पहले से तय था कि मैं अपना घर तुम्हें दूंगा, तो उसने कहा ठीक है जी ये मेरे घर किराए पे ले लो। फिर उसको ये पहले से तय था कि यार मैं तुम्हारे बिजनेस में जो है वो इन्वेस्ट करना चाहता हूँ, पार्टनर बनना चाहता हूँ, तो उन्होंने पार्टनरशिप कर ली। अब ये तीनों के तीनों कॉन्ट्रैक्ट भले वो एक जगह पर बैठकर कर रहे हैं, लेकिन वो तीनों के तीनों का आपस में कंडीशंस नहीं है, यानी ऐसा नहीं है कि वो पार्टनरशिप नहीं करेगा तो बाकी दो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट भी नहीं करेगा, अगर वो इजारा नहीं करेगा तो पार्टनरशिप और सेल भी नहीं करेगा। इस तरह की अगर सिचुएशन नहीं थी, then still it will be considered that this is the combining of the contract in same session, but it is allowed in Sharia. The case 4, agreement to conclude the deal through any of different contractual forms as will be finally decided in the future. So they said that they have designed a one product, and in which uh, they have gathered 2 to 3 contracts together, but each contract will be completed at its own specific time, but all contracts are independent, they are not conditions with each other. Then like the case of diminution musharka, that in which the client visits Islamic bank and he requests that he want to build his house, then Islamic bank says that okay we will participate in generate create shirkatul milk, then they buy a portion of plot and they participate shirkatul milk, then Islamic bank and the client they generate, this is shirka, they are partners. Now to construct house, partially pay Islamic bank, partially pay by the clients, and they jointly build a house. Though after that, Islamic bank offers client that Islamic banks gives its share to the client on rental basis. So uh, now at this point, the ijara will be executed. After the ijara, if client want to buy the Islamic bank's share, now Islamic banks divide its share into units and client pay rental plus the price of unit to the Islamic bank, and with the intervals the rent reduces of rent of the units he bought, he will not pay the rent of the bought units. Then in this way, with the passage of time, rentals is reduced, diminishes, and the ownership share of Islamic bank diminishes, and this complete product, complete deal is finished on the complete and sole ownership of the client, and Islamic bank gets its money back. So this is the complete deal. But we see that in this complete deal there were 3 contracts: number 1 shirkatul milk, then ijara, then sale contracts. Each of these 3 contracts were not conditioned to each other, but these 3 were completed at their specific times intervals. So this is the case 4. So these are the case 4, which we can say that these are the 4 cases of the potential possible cases of combination of contracts. Out of these 3, case number 2 is not permissible because this is the case of ishtaratul aqd fil aqd, so it is not permissible. The next point is 2 by 2. It is the forms of combined contract. So look at here. This is the Sharia standard actual, and this is the 2 by 2. The forms of this is the forms of combined contract, that how many forms. Actually we have already explained these forms in our video that is titled in this channel. You will see that playlist, find as-safqa, Islamic financial engineering. Here we have some terminology and cases: ittihadu safqa, tafriqu safqa, tafarruqu safqa. There are, so all these forms have been discussed under this part, that is 2 by 2 forms of combined contract. For next part, see the next part.